very good afternoon, and we welcome you once again to another class of Vestralex free online community classes on law. This is your initiative by you, for you, and possible only through the generous contribution of our seniors, colleagues at the bar, and honorable members of the bench who have very graciously come forward and given us their time to help us learn and grow. Today, we have with us for a very intimate conversation one of our very respected and dear mentors and seniors from the bar, Mr. Vikas Chatrath. Sir, I believe everyone knows him, at least all the young lawyers who are wanting to learn and are continuously getting the benefit of referring to his uh, plethora of content that Sir has been fundamental to creating online. And for this, we are very sincerely very grateful to Sir that he takes the time out to give us this opportunity. Before we start the conversation with Sir, a brief introduction about Sir. Sir is a lawyer from the Punjab and Haryana High Court. Sir is the patent bearer of Chatrath Law Chambers, Chandigarh, and stands as a beacon of excellence in the legal profession. He is renowned for exceptional expertise and commitment to justice. With a career spanning over 3 decades, practice at the Honorable Punjab and Haryana High Court, Mr. Chatrath has made significant contributions to the field of law, earning a distinguished reputation as a leading legal mind in the country. He is also an arbitrator and a trained mediator. He has also been former additional standing counsel for the Union Territory of Chandigarh. Beyond his professional achievements, Vikas sir is a dedicated mentor and inspiring leaders in the legal fraternity since a very long time now. His commitment to nurturing the next generation of legal professionals is evident in his active involvement in legal education initiative called Beyond Law CLC. Beyond Law CLC helps us to empower, enlighten, and enrich through the dissemination of legal and professional knowledge by engaging with various resource persons which are experts in extremely diverse domain, not just restricted to law, but so has the vision of getting a wide variety of experts to come and help us understand the legal framework better. So today we have the privilege of having Sir share his invaluable insights and experiences with us. So we extend to you, Sir, a very warm welcome, and we're very grateful to you for taking time yet again and for helping us learn more about the legal profession today through your experiences.
Thank you, Keshav. I couldn't have been more happy to come back on this platform. And as they say that you are doing a human service, free legal dissemination of knowledge, as you all know that we also through the channel of Beyond Law CLC. The entire purpose is that people down in the village and Tulukas, as well as from other colleges, who feel that they could not make it to the national law universities or universities which have created a mark, to bring those resource persons, professionals, judges, senior advocates, and famous motivational speakers. That is the entire purpose, and I'm happy that at least we are on one page in this regard, that we can pay back to the society in one manner or the other.
So, sir, it's very nice. I think that you never will have to ever explain your dedication and commitment to the growth of the profession to anyone. You've already done so much. So, from what I understand and from what I remember, the last time that I got to see also for myself in person, there are more than 700 videos in the Beyond Law CLC channel, sir.
Yeah, we have been taking across a wide spectrum of law. And as the topic, the YouTube channel itself says, Beyond Law, even Beyond Law, which could actually improve a person in the right perspective. That is the holistic growth.
So all of this aside, so all the hard work that has happened, so we would want to today get to know a little bit more about you. What made you what you are today? So for all of that, sir, how are you doing?
I'm doing reasonably well. Insofar as the profession is concerned, they say that the sky is the limit. The moment you think that you have reached the pinnacle, whosoever we idealize, I think there is only one way, that like they say that if there is stagnant water, that also starts giving smell. So the only way to grow professionally and in life is that, as they say, you rather than being a human being, you have to be human. And there are various facets and aspects Like sometimes you get a client who's not in a capacity to pay, but he shouldn't be explained that you cannot be given any justice. But the best way is that the team which has grown under your patronage, they should be able to help that team, help that person to get knowledge. And as we have seen that the entire government and the judges pan India, with the legal aid services also have been sensitizing people. And in this journey, there are many ups and downs for any professional. Sometimes you feel you are on the top, and sometimes you feel that there could have been a better day. But as they say, that for every sunrise, there has to be a sunset, and for every sunset, there has to be sunrise.
So I would say that you definitely walk the talk, because I know that every single time that I personally find myself looking at the sunset, you're always there to remind me, not just in person always, but I'm very grateful to have that opportunity as well. But apart from that, the work that you do, so that in itself, it just comes across, and it's always that motivation to start thinking about the next sunrise as well. So it's and I know so that I'm not the only one person. That there are many such people who are practicing today across India who hold you in such high esteem. So that's being about work. But sir, how about sir personally, sir? How do you feel as a human being, not just the robes and the coat that we don, about the profession, and how do you feel about yourself, sir, today?
As I told you earlier, that sky is the limit, you keep on working. But more important than working is your mental satisfaction. And you feel that you have actually wiped off the tears of someone who was actually feeling that he's being denied justice, to make justice accessible for one for all. And in that process, you have to deeper dive into these subjects, understand the aspects much better. And as they say that wherever there is a law, in the legal parlance, we say that there is a flaw. And flaw can only be understood, not flaw in the real sense, but where you get the right key to open the lock to get the justice for anyone. And that's the only way is that you have to work hard and harder. There's no shortcut to that.
Certainly, sir. Certainly. So, sir, since there are no shortcuts, sir, please, we would really love to know a little bit about your childhood. That so you hail from Chandigarh, and so how was early childhood for you? How we want to understand, sir, how law, so and why law. So we'd want to, sir, really we'd appreciate, and I think maybe we will also be able to understand better uh, through your experiences right from your childhood, sir. Like your school, did you know that you would want to become a lawyer when you were young and when you were in school?
It was never that the law was being determined as the path for the purposes of my life. It is, as they say, that things automatically start falling in life. But whatever it comes in your life, you have to put the best foot forward. And that's the only way of putting across in life. And what you asked about my childhood, since I come from the defense background, my father was in army. So we have visited up till at least I can say Madhya Pradesh. We have been in Shimla, Delhi, Jalandhar, Jabalpur. So we have seen the wide spectrum, as they say, from once you are from the defense forces, your horizon to think better, to mingle with people, everything. I think that brings the comfort zone that whenever any client from any part of India or any state comes, you're able to have the understanding of the sentiments, value of his time, value of his purpose for what he has come. And gradually, after doing the graduation, I also applied for the law in Punjab University. Fortunately enough, I was able to escape through. My father was a lawyer. We are a family of lawyers. My cousin, Mr. G.K. Chatrath, was the dean of Punjab University for a good many years. He was a senator. Then his passion to pay back to the society created his own space. He was also an advocate general. Now his daughter, who also remained dean of the Punjab University Law Department, and she had also been the mayor of Chandigarh. So I can say that looking them very closely, my father, my cousins, it somehow resonated that law is such a profession where you can connect with the people, you can empower yourself, you can empower the society. So that is one way where I feel that law is such a thing. Like I take that small jingle, "Karlo duni muthi mein." So meaning thereby that if you have knowledge, then you can express it in your own way. And if you are able to express it in your own way, the judges also appreciate, the public at large understands. As they say, that this profession is more like a bottle of perfume. The moment you open it, you need not tell that I am the best, there are better things. Immediately, those who are watching you, how you are arguing, how you're presenting your case, that word spreads of its own. You yourself are in this profession, you would have seen that this is one of the professions where you are not allowed to advertise as such. But your name, fame automatically connects. People start resonating that what you are doing is actually, if that self-belief is first thing, and then the belief of the people that if he's taking the case, I am definitely bound to get the good result. So you have to create that space that even if you lose a case, you can't have a 100% success rate. That the word should spread that if he has lost, you had a very limited scope because he's best in this field. For the best to be the best, you have to put all things in the right frame. As they say that it's like the law is more like a Chinese checker or a chess game of mind, where you start thinking before preparing the case, what the most logical question could be or what fact could be known. So you have to think 2 steps ahead and 2 things backward also to understand where you can actually express your expressions to the court, outside the court, in the society, amongst the friends. And that is the only way. That is, you have to study and study more hard.
So absolutely, sir, and we get to see that it reflects in your work today as well. Through the initiative that you've undertaken, sir, and since we've also been doing these classes, and this is the second class that we're doing with you, and I'll just try to share the link of the first session that we had done. So that was also on developing professional mindsets. So, sir, it's absolutely clear that your mindset is clear, that you know what work you have undertaken for yourself, and you do it very religiously. And I think that's very evidently clear from the kind of actions that you do. And obviously, anyone who has seen the Beyond Law CLC channel, they know very well how dedicated and passionate you are about this work. So, towards your, let's say, towards the matriculation, the 10th, 11th, and 12th standard, at that point of time, sir, what was the idea that you had that since your father was in the armed forces background, and since you had that kind of a vision, so did you think at that point of time, were you preparing for some examinations? Or or was it that just law came to you? Were you into science? How was it for you, sir?
Originally, I have done non-medical, and everybody feels that, as you know, that during the 80s, everybody felt that the only option for the child was to grow in the medical field or a non-medical field. And thereafter, I did my graduations in non-medical, and I got through the Master of Computer Application in Himachal Pradesh. But eventually, everybody said that since you are a family of lawyers, and this is the way, sorry, that you can actually pay back to the society. Whereas while you are doing MCA or anything else, you might be working for someone rather than making people work for you and the society at large being benefited from your inputs, what you are paying to the society.
So certainly, sir. So who was the first lawyer in your family?
My cousin, Shri Vikas Chatrath, who was the former Advocate General Punjab. He had also been the president of the Punjab and High Court Bar. He's an iconic figure that even people revere him like anything. And he was also my guru and mentor. I'm reminded the famous Doha. It says that Guru Gobind Tau Khade Kake Lagu Pai. Bali Hari Guru Aapki, Guru Gobind Dev Batai. Not only Mr. G.K. Chatrath, but to all those judges, all those senior advocates and advocates from whom I have idolized and to whom I have seen and gradually watching. Like in the previous session, I told you, this entire profession is of absorption and observation. So first you have to observe something, and then you have to absorb the things. For the absorption, you have to minutely watch that what people are doing, how a particular question is being handled in a court if asked, how does that lawyer react to it? You also have to put yourself in the same feet and think that if this particular question, especially if you have that same proposition, then you also feel that what is the best question which I have answered. And then at the same time, once it resonates within your mind, then you understand that if this is the way he has answered, why not copy that? Copy that means not that copy, but his style of speaking. If you watch Tushar Mehta, Abhishek Singhvi, Kapil Sibal, they are all iconic figures. And today we are lucky enough because of the YouTube, etc. Thankful to the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court who have brought that vision of YouTube, that we are able to watch them, hear them, get ourselves sensitized, making people sensitized. So I would say that technology has actually given us a good flip and a leverage in our profession, which I believe that the good things are happening because of this. And this interaction of ours, pre-COVID, I thought nobody would have imagined that there could be a day that you are putting up in Delhi, I am in Chandigarh, and we are meeting across, and thereafter people can watch it on the YouTube. So technology, they say, is a good master for your knowledge if you master the things. But it has to be worked in the right manner. It is bound to grow with the flux of time. AI is a big challenge, but as they say that if the challenges are there, you have to improve yourself.
Certainly, sir. Certainly. So, sir, computer administration masters, MCA. So, that is. Do you believe that that has some sort of role, that your inclination in computers was and technology was since a very long time?
Well, I believe that, as I say, sometimes man proposes, God disposes. There's all technology, etc. If COVID wouldn't have happened, I think in my retrospective that because it was never thought of that this thing could come over. It all started that we were all in our homes and the offices. We used to connect with our associates. And one of my friends shared that he would want to share his knowledge. We asked him to share his knowledge on on the Zoom meeting. Thereafter, a few of the associates asked, sir, why not we share it with amongst our friends, the YouTube link or the Zoom meeting? And gradually, it actually, as I say, power of compounding. It kept on compounding, and we never thought. The dominoes effect continued, and we are thankful to all those YouTube lovers of Beyond Law CLC that they are watching us, patronizing us, that we are growing, and we are growing not because of us, but we are growing because of them. As they say that our growth is not because of our own efforts, but it is because if somebody at the back is actually appreciating what you are doing, it gives you the right fuel to kick off in a better way.
Certainly, sir. Certainly. Actually, so Beyond Law CLC, sir, from what I understand, it has about 50,000 followers now on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so that's very significant, actually. And very demonstrative of the hard work that has been put in by so your team, I would say, sir. It's just fantastic, and obviously under your leadership, it's just been. And we pray, sir, that it just keeps on growing, and that there are 7,000 videos hopefully quite soon that students can refer to. Because I know, sir, for a young lawyer, getting ideas, it's very important. And today, I don't. So obviously, there's a lot of research which can be done, but with 100-page judgments and something which is falling directly from some learned senior or some honorable judge who comes to your platform and who discusses such things. So it's always it's more motivating, so to say. Not just the fact that we have read it, we can also we have the conviction of seniors behind us as well. So, since again, sir, you were inclined towards computers and technology since a long time, that we've been able to understand now where that inclination comes from. So, sir, about your college years, a little bit, the undergraduation, the engineering bit, I think, sir, was it engineering, sir, that you were pursuing?
No, it was simplicity BSc with non-medical. But yes, the formative years of doing graduation and meeting friends from wide spectrum, not only with graduation, sometimes going in their hostel. And as they say that once you're in the graduation, while you're doing in the college, you get umpteen number of time, you interact with people. Gradually, if you work around with the good friends, your growth in all spheres is bound to grow if you have the right friends. So choosing the right friends who work and think on the same page helps you to achieve the manner in which you intend to speak, because they also see that they also speak, they also think on somewhat similar lines. And I've personally felt that your right friends help you to churn out better things.
That's it's really wonderful that you translate that through your work to all of us as well. Considering now, so I think, so this helps understand. So what is the idea behind the Sanchar initiative? Is primarily to be able to understand the people that we are learning from, the people who are helping us, the people who we are dealing with, and at the same time to be able to understand, maybe get motivated or whatever, howsoever it may support anyone in their quest for learning and in knowledge, that that everyone goes through a lot of phases, and it's not just that today they are who they are, and the kind of work that goes behind it. So then how did the law college happen, and so what was your initial law school journey?
Law school journey, you've also been a law student. You know that basically the syllabus is not all that tough. It's a limited one. So you get a lot of time to move around with your friends. It's in the university, you enjoy that. Studies also, you maintain a balance. And when you join the profession for anyone, maybe it is me, though my father was also in the profession. And if you actually want to create your own space, it's always tough. But as they say, when the tough gets going, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So, meaning thereby, as a lawyer, it was always a challenge that since my father is from the army, where will the clients come of my own? Who will recommend me? From where will I grow? How will I create a mark? But as they say that gradually the things unfurl for themselves. God has his own way to churn out the things. Trust the timing and belief of the God. It creates the own room space for everyone and creates its own mark. One cannot compare with anyone. You all are on the highway. Some vehicles will always be ahead of you and some vehicles will be always behind you. But whatever journey of path, maybe life or the profession, what you are doing, keep on enjoying. But if you start comparing with them, instead of enjoying life, you will always get more disturbed.
Certainly, sir. Certainly, I think this will be very valuable for all students who are pursuing law. But sir, a little bit, if we can get to know about how was the journey specifically for you during your first year of law college. So, from whatever you remember.
That's what I told you. That at that point of time, meeting around with friends, greeting around, planning for picnics, planning for outings. I would say that, like I earlier told you, during our times, they were not moods, etc. But yes, whatever you do, have a deeper dive. Even as a student, once you understand the concepts better, it helps you to grow better. Like maybe at that point of time, you are just simplicity feeling it's res judicata. But you will find this principle of res judicata, principles of natural justice. If you have understood the concepts rather than doing rote learning, it will help you to unfurl yourself in a better manner and better way. And if you have more time, you have good connectivity with your teachers also, faculty also. I think it's a marvelous time studying in the university or a college. It helps you to bring a better version of yourself.
So absolutely, sir. Like I know the law school has definitely shaped the personality, how I entered into the law school, how my friends were, and how they are today. It's just remarkable. So, what about internships? Since you mentioned moot court was not there, did you get the opportunity to do some internships?
During our time, again, internship not a thing as such. Very few people did internship, but of its own. The colleges, the bar council was never into it that internship should be there. Now people are more sensitized. The students themselves contact you. In our chambers also, I've seen people connecting with us because from the first day they start believing that they should know which office they should join. And I will say rather like it is now five-year course. For 10 semesters, you can join different offices. You will have a hang of it. Then you can choose and decide what type of field you would like to go, number one. Number two, it will also help you to understand how different law offices work with the same proposition. How does the court management, how does the office management, team networking, office networking, how does this help? So internship, like I said, it's a vital aspect. Though, of course, if you ask me personally, if it had been in our time, there would be things. But they say that it's always better to look forward. The wind glass of the car is always bigger than the rear glass because that's small. They say that life which you have left behind should always have a smaller vision. The larger vision is what comes in the front of the car.
So it's also very remarkable, sir, that you put in so much effort into your presentations also. So it reflects, right? It reflects the professionalism that you bring to the kind of work that you do. And it's really remarkable. So this is how I think this initiative benefits, that we get to know what are the real learnings and how exactly things get shaped up. Because a lot of students, a lot of friends of mine also who were not able to do internships, they used to feel very left out, that they did not get the opportunity. But I'm very certain, sir, that with the kind of work that you've been able to do, at least no one can have an excuse that we did not get to do a bit of internships. So then entering into law. So how was the first year or the initial few years after getting your license to practice?
That's what I told you, that though I'm a second generation lawyer, but if you want to create your own space, it is always a challenge that from where you will get the cases. During our times, legal aid services or other institutions, everybody required certain amount of years. And in the initial years, there are two challenges. Even if you get a case, how to draft it, because we have not been groomed in that manner. Then to have that resource of a steno, typist, clerk, that is another challenge. But first year, it was a challenge that from where I will get the case, then how to search law, and if it has to be a different perspective that what your father or your office was having, then it again becomes a challenge. But I was fortunate enough that we had few friends with whom you get certain cases that you can connect with them. They would help you to decimate the facts in the right manner, help you to search law, make you understand the evidence more. I would say that one shouldn't be shy enough, but one should actually meet your friends, discuss with them. As they say that if you have actually to work well, then life is like an umbrella. The moment you open, then it gives the best shade from the sun which is coming across your head.
So your anecdotes, I'm very certain that they are very that people who know you now, they are familiar with your style, sir. I think it's your manner in which you're able to relate.
Audio.
So you give time to. Yes. So again, so these are the technical issues with the class. But this is the elements of being a humble initiative, the journey which you have seen, of course, long time back. But at the same time, so this is where I really look forward to, and what I was saying earlier, that the sunrise and the sunset, where you lead the way and you guide. So as we go along, so it's wonderful. So it's really just grateful. So how was as a person who is uh, a young lawyer today? So what kind of differences do you see for these guys, for us, like now? So I also cannot call myself a fresher in the profession per se, but a person who's just getting into the profession today. What would your advice or what would your suggestions be? the kind of things that have changed and they can inculcate now?
Dynamics have changed because earlier, like in criminal law, there was simpliciter 302, 307, 326. Now there's a lot of white collar crimes. Earlier, you had only your friends who could refer you, and people would come to know that you are a this. But now we have LinkedIn, other social medias from where people actually learn about you, and it helps you to evolve and grow. The youngsters of today, I would say they're quite promising. They are quite sure what they want to do. They are sure-footed. They are not nimble-footed like people of our times. They know they take the challenges on different aspects, and I see quite a bright future in them. And I'm quite sure that India would be one of the benchmarks, like we are trying to create a space within the arbitration, mediation, and all other laws. And the students are doing exceptionally well nowadays.
Certainly, sir. So, so then moving forward in your career, sir, how was the initial first 5 years? It's very tough. What everyone is told that getting new cases is difficult. Getting financial stability, that's a very big challenge during this time. How did you fare and how did you take the time through?
As I told you, it was always a challenge. But fortunately, or as circumstances would have unwind for itself, one of my friends, he was from a rich business family. He joined the profession, and as things would have been, he was getting married. So he thought that profession, he has taken a lot of cue. So he said that because I've got 3 cases, you take these 3 cases. I'm not in a position to pay the money. But simpliciter, I had booked them, and I'm leaving the profession. You take these 3 cases. And I can share with you those 3 cases actually. Out of those 3, 2 actually turned out to be a turning point. We succeeded in those cases. We got a lot of cases from them that gave us the opportunity even to appear in the Supreme Court with those cases. It helped to bring the right cushion. And that's why what I initially said, that man proposes, God disposes. It was a God-sent opportunity, and probably we were able to latch it.
So, sir, it's very intriguing, sir. So can you tell us a little bit about these cases?
Yeah, there were 2 cases interwoven with each other. One was with state of Haryana, and another was with the Haryana State Election Board. There, the pay scales were given with effect from 1/5/1990. We got them decided that it's an anomaly, and it should be given with effect from 1/1/86, the date when which the pay commissions had recommended and implemented this. We had won up till the High Court. The matter went to Supreme Court, though ultimately it was decided that it was not a case of anomaly, but it was a case of re-revision. So it opened new vistas of the mindsets. It gave us a new impetus financially, as well as the mindset was also improved. And thereafter, once we had sufficient work, God was kind enough, as they say, that the rest became history.
And so I can only imagine how it would feel as young lawyers to have such kind of cases, which we know that can escalate and do escalate. And eventually, when they come to the apex court, they turn in our favor. And you know how you've just told us that it led to something which developed and started in your life, started something new in your life. So, what was the journey after this? How did you, or what was the time in your life when you felt that now I have possibly, arrived, or I have come to some sort of a reasonable, comfortable position in the profession?
I think profession would always have its own challenge. I tell my associates also, for the simplicity reason that once you don't have the cases, you have time. The moment you start getting cases, the time is less. But the associates play a pivotal role in your success, not in our office, but everywhere. Because somebody is researching law, somebody is taking facts. You learn the art of delegation of things and time. Another would be drafting it. You can give a final shape. The more you grow, the litigation which you get will always be challenging, which requires that it should be prepared on a time-bound manner. Therefore, the team within your office and a good set of friends help you to grow better. And I'm quite sure that if one feels that I have to only grow on my own level, it is very difficult. It is only that wheels within wheels help to actually drive your vehicle faster, smoother, and better.
Certainly, sir. So, since you mentioned friends, what role do you think did your law school friends play in the initial few years of your career?
I think some of them start practicing in the district courts. They can refer you cases. Friends out in the high court, sometimes you get a different subject which you have not touched upon. You can ask your friends, they will help you to share a petition which is similar to that. They can help you with certain case law, which helps you to have a better perspective. Your trajectory of the mindset also improves better if you have good friends and your zeal to understand things. That's, according to me, one of the good mantras for doing better. And meanwhile, there are two questions in the chat box. One is, could you please elucidate some tips, strategies, and arguments that goes in the moots court preparation? That is by Priyanshi. I can only say that preparing for a moots or for the courts, there's not much difference. First is that once you get a proposition, and especially if there are clients at your office or the moots proposition, start thinking what all logical questions the judge can ask, because that helps you to create the dots within your mind that what all questions can be asked by a judge in the moots court or in the court. Therefore, at least one can jot down on the right side of the paper that what could be the queries, then start developing the law and start thinking of it. Nowadays, the search engines for finding law, like Indian Qanun, Live Law, or the SCC online, Law Finders, they help you to research law. Once you start researching law, it's not that whatever judgments you have found, they are actually hitting the head of the nail. But you will start developing the mind, which while reading the judgment, you will also understand for the future some case comes. So that also helps. The mind is a wonderful question if you actually truly understand. Whatever you are reading keeps on getting absorbed in the mind. But actually, once it's required, it pops up and gives you the right idea, even if it is in the court or in the moots. So reading a lot of law, thinking what all questions could be called upon, and as a mooter, you have to prepare well. You can practice with your friends. You can appear before the mirror. Nowadays, you can also audio record it. And you can see that you don't stammer. Your expressions are better. As once I heard it, and even otherwise, they said it is important to be a better kathakar than the katha. Meaning thereby that whatever case you have, but if your expressions to express that things are better, like if you hear Mr. Kapil Sibal, Mr. Tushar Mehta, Aishwarya Bhati, I'm just naming few present generation, Manika, then Siddharth Luthra, whomsoever you have seen. I'm talking of Supreme Court judges because a lot of people have seen, lawyers, because a lot of people have seen on the YouTube. You will find that their pervasive power to hammer the point in the right manner is very, very good. Therefore, your opening statement, maybe it's moots, maybe it is in quotes, it is very paramount. For that, you have to do a lot of research. Your automatically thought process to express the things comes out better. And even if you get the toughest question, you're able to, I will say, able to crack it. And that is only by practice, perseverance, and persistence.
Certainly, sir. So, there are other questions also, and lots of questions. We'll take all of those, sir. But, sir, first, sir, if you'll permit, I just want to go through the journey. And, sir, I want to come to Beyond Law. I want to understand how it happened. So, Priyachi says thank you. And I'm certain that she would also have other questions. And I'm stopping any follow-up questions right now. Because this journey is most important. I would really want that the journey gets captured since we have this opportunity today to discuss about you. So
Keshav,
your work, your knowledge, it's there, sir. It's there for everyone to see. It's very well recorded and preserved on YouTube.
uh, there's an old song, हम रहे ना हम रहें, पर हमारी यादें और हमारी हम बातें याद रहें. मतलब not exact word, but the crux is that whatever you do, good deeds, bad deeds, it is seeped in within the society and it creeps up and pops up according to the situation. Like you said, how this Beyond Law CLC came. As I told you that during the COVID testing times of March 2020, we were all sitting at homes. There were no stenos coming, no staff coming. And once you are used to sitting in the office of 10, 12 hours, it was becoming a challenge for the associates, yourself, and the staff. So we thought, we requested a friend of ours, Mr. Shailendra Jain, who is a designated senior, that he should share some knowledge on the land revenue. He gave a session. And fortunately enough, we have a former judge, Justice Rajiv Balla. He agreed upon to take few classes. He's a very popular judge on the land revenue. His sessions are doing extremely well. People, the link of WhatsApp we had shared with the friends, it was a surprising this thing that from Pan India, we used to get a request to become the member of the WhatsApp group. At that time, there was no community group. We had created around 30 groups. Now we have 2 community groups of 5,000 each, 5,000 and 2,000 each, or around all. So around there, 6,000 followers. And interesting part was that people used to share in their groups the WhatsApp group. The journey was marvelous. Now today we have more than 15,000 subscribers on the Facebook page, around 2,500 on the Instagram, 50,000 on the YouTube. We used to get requests that, sir, why don't you bring this person on your platform? They used to give reference. They said that we have talked to him. So I realized that being back to the society, people help you to create that journey. It was a fascinating journey. Like Keshav, you would remember, you had called Mr. Mohit, the president of Delhi Bar Association. We brought him with your introduction. We brought Mr. Jimshed. So it was a journey from every nook and corner. Various states, we got speakers, we got audience. I can only, even if I think back today, in my retrospective, when I close my eyes, I feel that God had his own designs to create. We are all artists and the strings are with the God. He automatically starts creating. Yes, we have to work hard so that at least whatever duties are given by the God, they are done with the best of the abilities.
So, sir, it's just fantastic, sir, because I know that, we've all been excited. And as you said, we have received the invitations for your classes from various places. That is how we also got to know that, it's not something which is just happening on YouTube. जमीन पे काम हो रहा है, जमीन पे लोगों के बीच में पहुंच रहा है, लोग appreciate कर रहे हैं, and they are finding the merit and worth in it. So, sir, how was since there are so many classes now, sir, if I may ask, how was the journey up till the first 50? Let's say up till the first 10, up till the first 50, and up till the first 100.
You would be surprised that it was actually a very smooth ride. We got speakers automatically. Initially, we had Mr. Aman Lekhi. He came on our channel through Mr. Puneet Mali, and he helped us to connect with a lot of people. I can say that God created their own mentors in his own way. And I found a lot of people, it's a famous dialogue of a movie which says, Zinda ho to zinda rehna zaruri hai. So I realized that during COVID, a lot of people were there who actually believed that zinda hai to zinda rehna zaruri hai, zinda hai to logo ke liye kaam karna zaruri hai. And they automatically, I don't know how that people started creating. As they say, that they all created the dots. Dots became lines, then paragraphs, then story. And it's a marvelous journey of Beyond Law CLC. We are indebted not only to the patrons who patronized us, and that too free of cost. We had got so many judges like Justice V. Ram Kumar, Justice Naga Matu, Justice Sikri, Justice Abraham Matthews, Justice Roshan Dalvi, Justice M.L. Talyani, Justice Rajiv Bhalla, so on and so on. Justice Ravinder Bhatt, dynamic lawyers, Bharat Chugh, Yuvraj, sports player Yuvraj Singh came on platform. In that, Harbhajan Singh came. So that journey, as I will say that probably we were not even one shade, but they all created a rainbow, which, according to us, gives a sight that, as they say, that after every rain, you get a bright sunshine plus a rainbow. So that during COVID times, that rainbow of knowledge sharing was actually a sight which even today, if we recollect, has been a wonderful journey across. And my words will always fall short for all those people who have patronized us by their insights, to all those patrons who patronized by watching our YouTube. I can only say that each one of you has contributed in its own way. As they say, that team is together, everyone achieves more. Every person within the society who has helped us to reach the platform of 50,000 subscribers. Our words would fall short, but yes, we are indebted to each of them, and we will continue to be indebted. We always look forward for any suggestion who can say that, sir, kindly bring the speaker. We have a young lawyer, Angad Kamath. He recommended so many speakers to us that I will say it has been a wonderful journey. He gave us the number. He helped us to connect with Mr. Soma Shekhar. He helped us to connect with Justice Chandrasekhar. Justice Chandrasekhar helped us to connect with Ma'am Sushila, Mr. Lakshmi Kumaran, and Shri Ram. The people used to say that you cannot connect with the people. People helped us to connect with that, and it was and it will continue to remain a journey which is truly awesome, and it can always be. I can say that probably my expressions won't match the way I feel that actually how everyone has contributed in our groups.
So it's been just amazing to hear and know. And since this humble initiative is also there, so we also understand how it's getting to see now how this chain that you've spoken about, how it works, and how people who are such fantastic people who are there, who have also so obviously come and contributed, including yourself, who previously come and contributed so much to at least our individual learning, and anyone who's been associated with our humble initiative as well. So more power to you, because as much power as you have, we get आशीर्वाद तो हमें वहीं से ही आता है. So it's just fantastic.
अकेले चले थे हम, लोग जुड़ते गए और कारवां बनता गया. So that's the life.
So certainly. So अब ये journey वाले questions को लेके एक आखिरी question जो बनता है कि what do you see the future of Beyond Law CLC?
As they say, Amin, the way people are patronizing, we only hope that people actually understand what of our efforts and energy we are putting across. It has been all pro bono. We have been spending money from our side. The office of our chambers, somebody is doing the creative work, somebody is creating the Zoom link, somebody is initiating and helping in login, somebody is placing the camera. Everyone and each one is contributing in its own way. And I can only say words will fall short. But yes, the journey of tomorrow, as I said, it's a compounded effect. If you remember that we have always had that the power of compounding, wherein the Raja had asked, what do you want? A person was pleased. He said that I will just have a compounded rice on the each chessboard. So he thought that there are only 6 boxes in the chessboard. So it will suffice. And he said, no, you ask more. But eventually he realized that 64 boxes in the chessboard and power of compounding, 1 rice, then 2 rice in the second box, 4 rice in the third one, that even his entire Samrajya was falling short to cover that. So we feel that this energy of knowledge sharing would only grow and grow. As I say that, अभी तो उड़ना है तेरी फितरत, बस तू उड़ता ही जा, and you will grow.
सर आप बियॉन्ड लॉ सीएलसी और आपकी पूरी टीम से उड़ते रहे. वी जस्ट प्रे फॉर दिस. तो हमें बस वो सर शैडो वाली जो बात है, बिकॉज आई नो सर एक्चुअली आई रेफर टू योर वीडियोस व्हेन आई एम इन डाउट. फैकल्टीज आर सच सब कोई, like I can ask my friends what was the earlier or what is the other option. I can ask some seniors, or I can refer to seniors who have very elaborate experience on something, or who have very deliberately or in detail researched about something. क्योंकि सर तैयारी करके आते हैं जो भी लोग आते हैं पढ़ाने के लिए, तो इट्स नॉट जस्ट कि वो उठ के बैठ जाते हैं वहां पर, तो अपने आप में सर उनका बड़ा वैल्यूबल वो इनपुट मिलता है सर, तो वो रस मिलता है हमें आपकी क्लास के थ्रू, एंड वी आर वेरी ग्रेटफुल टू यू सर, ऑब्वियसली. So, now, sir, I think I'll let the floor be open to questions which are there in the chat box. At the same time, sir, a few other questions I have, but they're general questions. So, there is a question from Kinney. Kinney, do you want to ask your question, or should I ask it for you? Kinney,
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, please.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, Kinney. Good evening.
Very good evening.
Sir, this question is actually regarding the first generation lawyer. Since I'm also like a first generation lawyer myself, my family, so I want to know what are the problems faced by first generation lawyers.
I would share with you today Punjab and Haryana High Court has three wonderful judges representing in Supreme Court of India. I will not say that as a lawyer, as a judge, they are representing Punjab and Haryana High Court, but at least I can tell we have Justice Suryakant, we have Justice Rajesh Bindal, we have Justice A.G. Masih, all three from Punjab and Haryana High Court. And interestingly, all three are first generation lawyers. So they give that right impetus in our mind that if you keep on working hard, then there's no looking back. You keep on, the success is bound to happen. We have seen the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, he comes from a humble background. He has grown. We have seen a lot of MPs who are first generation MPs. They have paid back to the society. We have seen IITians who are first generation. They have done very well. We have seen doctors from a humble background getting selected in the AIMS. So first generation, yes, it has its own challenges. But if you are working hard, I don't think there can be any challenge as such. You are bound to grow. Maybe the timeline for everybody's success will be different. You will find that some people get success at very early age, and you will find that they have not been able to digest that. But as they say that fruits which take time, or the bamboo tree story, we have seen that 5 years for that, we do not see what is growing underneath. And then suddenly it shoots up. Similarly, maybe it is the first generation or the second generation or third generation. The effect, the hard work is bound to show its effect, its colors. And as I told you, the example of perfume, the moment you start working hard, your word, your name automatically spreads. Now, in the era of YouTube being watched, if you're doing well, people watch you. Not only the lawyers, but the clients also. So, as I say that if the journey is tough, you can make it better with your hard work. And whatever you do it constantly. Always think that this case is going to bring me the true limelight, this true sense of happiness in helping him succeed. And the moment you will also get clients, even though you have lost it, but if you have worked efficiently, people watch you during the quotas, watch you perform in the platform, they will contact you. You have seen players, those who come without any background, but they are performing. You have seen players, I will not name the players if you watch it cricket, who had fathers in the selection committee. Maybe they came once, twice, but flourished people are those who are first generation. Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar, any Jaiswal, whatever you see, Mayank Yadav, Bumrah. So it's all ultimately, if you're working hard, you are bound to create your space, and you will automatically, as they say, the Darwin theory, survival of the fittest. If you're doing well, you're bound to survive.
Thank you, sir. I think that answers Kinney's question. Kinney, do you have a follow-up question?
No, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. So there's one more question from Priyadarshini. Priyadarshini, do you want to ask your question?
I think she put on the chat.
So I'll only ask her. So sir, Priyadarshini says, very good evening, sir. Thank you for your valuable advice. What is your approach to winning a case? Uh, like, what are the different ways to solve a legal problem?
Uh, those who are watching us live and those who will be watching subsequently. This question of yours is interwoven with what we had talked earlier regarding the moods. First is that whenever you get a question for a moods or question/proposition or any case, you have to start thinking within your back of mind that what all propositions arise and on what different perspective the law has to be searched. And if you start searching the law on those lines, you will gradually find that actually while preparing the draft or the written statement along with the case law, you will find that you have actually looked into it, you mark the relevant paras of that. Nowadays, after the COVID, create an index, mark the relevant page, and do the indexing also of the judgments. So that once, because in a courtroom, you will get a lot of short time. So if you straight away tell the bench that come to page 35 of the compendium and 10th line from the bottom, it helps you to connect with that. Time is the essence in the office and in the court. Therefore, if you're prepared well, you will straight away take to this, and you are also prepared to take any question which the bench has asked. And as I earlier told you, that you have to do hard work. Though I will not rule out luck is also a major factor. As we all say, and I keep on saying, that we allow our papers until unless God helps us to make a kite. We will not rise from the above and people will watch it. But yes, consistency and constancy is a thing which you have to develop. One simpliciter judgment winning will not help you. You have to be consistent in your approach. You have also to be consistent and take a question forward. In sitting the office at the fixed time and getting up from the office in fixed time, so that your clients know that at 10 a.m. on Saturday or Sunday, he would be available in the office. It's not that he's here and he's waiting and you come late. At least I would advise everyone that one should sit in the office on a one dedicated time so that people know it. It also brings you more yours consistency within the profession, your streamlining of things in the consistent manner. Your office staff also knows that what are the timeline, etc. So they say the shortest way to reach for any success is a straight line. So for straight line, you have to be consistent.
Certainly, sir. It's a very valuable advice, I believe, for all young lawyers, for that matter of fact. So, so I think with this, I just wanted to ask you a few other just general questions, sir. Now, not specifically with respect to who or what is Mr. Vikas Chatrath, but rather to what has Mr. Chatrath been able to gain from all of these battles and all of these wars that he keeps fighting every single day. So, first of all, sir, what are the few ideal practices in the field of law that you have been able to understand for yourself? Like how you mentioned punctuality. Like, what are the ideal law practices for a lawyer that you would want to point out?
First is that you would sometimes get different offers from the other side, but never compromise your integrity and honesty. Number two, I would say that you have to be very, very sincere towards the time. And whenever the case comes, you have to be very consistent and always believe that this is the case which will bring you the limelight. Limelight means where you are able to even wipe off the tears of anyone who has come to you with a hope. And never believe that the case is weak. You will find that if you consistently work on that particular case, sometimes you get an issue which you also never thought that this can be an issue. So if you take a deeper dive into the subject, you will find law also, you will find better facts also, and your success is bound to come if you're working sincerely, honestly, towards yourself, towards the society. And as earlier said, that success is not monetary. It is basically in which you get pleasure. Pleasure can be you have won a case for a person who could not afford law. You have made justice accessible to him. Success can be when the client comes to you, he feels that there's no scope in that. But if you can bring the right sun rays in his life, in the dark tunnels of his mind process, that is also success. Success is that if you get some good case, you contribute some share or you participate with your team in a right manner. Success can also be that if your office has helped you to churn out law, churn out facts, to celebrate, go out with them, enjoy life with them. So success is actually a relative term. It all depends how you relatively term success within yourself. And if you're enjoying the every moment of life, I think that's the best way, not only in law, but whatever you feel, you can always get moments to enjoy and celebrate every little thing in your office, every big thing in your office. It's only your mindset, and mindset has to change, that we all have to grow holistically and together.
Thank you, Sam. I request you to kindly elucidate 3 suggestions for law colleges and universities.
Like there are certain challenges. Like thankfully there are modes as well as internship. That one should ensure in the college that is being attended sincerely, because a lot of students come to you as an intern or for the modes. Those who are not actually intending to participate in the internship process in the right manner, but they want more of attendances. But I would say that the colleges should ensure that the internships are done in the right manner. Rather, I will tell to the students that they should do internship in the right manner. There are a lot of things in the future which they will learn from the internship. Number 2, like we were discussing, there's a lot of there is very little emphasis on drafting. We should actually be made trained to understand, rather than rote learning, that there are practical skill sets which one should learn so that they can understand how to make submissions, how to draft things better. Number 3, I would like to say that like moods we have done, internship we have done, that try to understand and read not only law, but different books. Because they say law is a combination of art and science. Art is how you present the facts, how you dress up yourself, how you talk to the clients. Science is that how you actually take different combinations to bring the right salt, right ingredients, the right compounding effect. There's not one size shoe which fits all, but it's a formula that if hard work and sincerity, if you do anything. We have seen judges coming from humble background who have done. We have seen judges who keep on sitting dedicatedly, giving judgments which have a cascading effect for the positiveness of the society. We have seen lawyers day in and day out fighting for the rights as enshrined under the Constitution of India or different statutes. We have seen lawyers playing a pivotal role in the freedom of India and thereafter protecting the rights. So it's a journey, I will say, that everyone and each one, if one believes, can contribute in the growth of the society in the right manner. And I'm quite sure that there is going to be a better future. What you have seen on the YouTube, we all say that कोई भी रात इतनी संगीन नहीं जिसकी सुबह कभी रंगीन ना हो. So even if somebody feels that there is a bad time going across, But even the darkest nights, next morning when the sun shines, it brings the brightest of the hope. So if you keep on working, that sunshine will continue. We all are like sunflowers. Automatically, we'll tilt towards that. The moment we get some success, we feel more happy. The sunflower tilts towards that, and it radiates more positiveness in the mindsets of yourself, your clients, the society at large.
Thank you, sir. Now, sir, one final question, because obviously you're an expert in it. So, what would be your advice to young lawyers for improving their networking abilities?
Networking abilities, I will not say. I will say that if you have knowledge, people automatically get attracted to you. Your mind is more like a magnet. The iron ores, that is your clients, your friends, your mentors. Even in the office, if you're doing well and you are an intern, but if you're doing well, your office boss would realize that you're doing well. He will give you more work. You will also realize that the moment you are doing things in the right manner, people will connect with you in the right manner. So the advice, sum and substance, is that if you're doing and putting a lot of labor, you are bound to grow. You are bound to have happiness. I don't say that there aren't tough times, but we have seen the best comes only when the times are tough and you have the ability to withstand that. If one would have seen matches, if Tendulkar would have thought that across is Vakar Yunus coming, across is Wasim Akram coming, then he could have thought, what should I do? But he had practiced so much that he was ready to gear up, and he created his own niche. I'm not saying Vakar Yunus and Wasim Akram didn't create. So everybody has to create its own space, and the law, like you say, that it's a pigeonhole theory. Gradually and gradually, all pigeons will get their holes of success. Everybody will get his own space within the society. The world is so big that it will absorb everyone in its own sphere, provided he's willing to work and move forward.
So it's always just motivating. And so I've noticed something about you, that you always believe in the bigger picture, and that is what you always, I think, try to convey to everyone also. So there's always the sunrise on the next day, which I think is the most fundamental thing that I've been able to derive and learn for myself from this interaction with you today. And I think it's a blessing for all of us that we have the opportunity of being in a time where we have such thought leaders as yourself, and we wish and we pray for all kinds of whatever love we can extend from our side, and support, of course, for your initiatives, sir, and the kind of thoughts that you hold, that the kind of thoughts that you have. And obviously for taking time out today and having this interaction, this very heartfelt interactions. I think that I hope that it may communicate a little to people who are inquisitive about Mr. Vikas Chatrath, and I hope that we've been able to do justice to this conversation with you today, sir.
Keshav, it's always a pleasure connecting and paying back to the society on any platform. Maybe it is virtual or maybe it is physical. Because everybody can contribute in the betterment of the society, provided one has that energy, provided one has that thought process to pay back. And we have seen the change makers of the society would always be one who believes that it's a time that you are cherishing your professional income, your professional time, professional name, fame. But at the same time, it also has a duty which rests on every shoulder, that one should always pay back to the society in whatever manner. I just give an illustration. Like we all seen the Shera. And if we believe that it's slightly a dying art, but we few friends thought that those who are playing the Shera and now all those 9 days, etc., we should actually encourage them, because they help us to live our culture in the best manner and way. We can see life. So it is in every manner and every step, if you believe, you can actually contribute in the society in the manner in which you want. They say time is like a gas. In whichever vessel you want, it can be put. In whatever manner you want to compress, whatever manner you want to expand, it can be. Everybody has a 24 hours. But question to pay back to the society is, or whatever you want, whatever your passion is, that you have to create your 25th hour in that 24th hour.
Certainly, sir. And we just pray for your continued guidance, sir, and your blessings. At the same time, we obviously are very excited for the new videos that will be coming out, all the new lectures. And so obviously a lot of suggestions also which come across to us. There have been suggestions because the extent to which Beyond Law CLC is working today. So there are thoughts that, there can be a proper extended series on every single law that can possibly be done. And we hope and we pray that that will also be possible for you in the near future.
We say that everyone can connect with us on the WhatsApp. They can always share a good speaker. They can always share a content. We can post it on the website. Whatever we can do, like you had called us, we are more than happy if we can contribute and sensitize people. As I said, that each one of us has a duty and responsibility to pay back to the society in the manner in which we can do. As Mr. Lincoln had said, that do not ask what the country has done for you, but ask what you're doing for the country. So each one of us has to be responsible and try to become a change maker for the betterment of India and the world across. And we are more than happy, whosoever calls us, we'll be more than happy at least to come on the virtual platform and whatever manner and way we can help to have a better ushering of tomorrow. With that note, I believe, Keshav, we can part.
So deeply grateful to you, sir. And we hope that we'll be able to delve more into you through your various endeavors, and we'll have more occasions of hosting you and talking to you and learning from you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
It was such a pleasure connecting with you and your team. On behalf of me and my team, we are thankful to your entire team of Vestralex. And we believe that you will keep on contributing to society. As they say, parting, Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, sir.